Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Shomu's Biology. And this has been an honor to make this series of videos, and this is probably the over a decade I've been making videos just before the CSIR NET examination to help you to qualify the examination for the last month and utilize the last month the best possible way. For this time, this session, June 2026 examination session, I will be making this video series of CSIR NET Toppers Secret. And in this particular series, what I'm going to share is that the toppers, they don't follow the typical rule of the books. What they do is that they don't read everything and anything that is out there, because if what they do is that they understand the exam very, very well. They know the bits and pieces of the exam, right? They know from which topics the repeated questions are being asked for the previous 5-6 years, and they focus on those topics. They read and drill down those topics to the bare minimum basic, towards the basic, from the basic to the advanced most concepts of those topics. Once they do that, they become unstoppable in those topics, and believe me, they generally get questioned from those topics repeatedly, year after year after year. I've known my students who scored very, very well with the rank under 25, have not touched the paper 1, the general aptitude and reasoning paper, without touching it, qualified with a score of more than 145, 150 out of 200. So if you want to score that much marks, you need to have a blueprint which you should follow. You need to have patience of learning the whole exam, understanding the whole exam, and understand the blueprint of Toppers Secret. That's what we're going to provide you throughout this series for all the 13 units. So this is going to be a roller coaster ride for all of you. I'm going to highlight the topics that you need to read, you need to prepare, because the topics are most important topics, repeatedly asked, high yield topics, and these topics are not man-made like that. This obviously man-made, but it's not made by me. It's shared by CSIR NET itself with their syllabus. So I'll just decipher the CSIR NET Life Science syllabus for one last time before the syllabus gets changed or gets altered. One last time from Shomu's Biology, you're going to get the detailed analysis of repeated topics, high topics that you should prepare, and the topics you should leave, and then revise those topics to score well in the upcoming CSIR NET Life Science examination. So all the very best. Let's begin. Hello everyone, we are back with another unit and Topper Secret for Unit 9, Diversity of Life Forms. Unit 9, Diversity of Life Forms, and what do we have this unit, what this unit has to offer for us. Now, if you check our books, we have 3 books of Blueprint of Life Sciences, and among these 3 books, Unit 9 and Unit 12, we put them in least important units category. Why we put them? Because the number of questions you can expect from this unit is very low, and again, this is totally 90% of these topics are memory based. You need to mug this up and just vomit it in the exam hall. Principle and methods of taxonomy, concepts of species and hierarchical taxa, biological nomenclature, classical and quantitative methods of taxonomy of plants, animals and microorganisms. So here the quantitatively methods of the taxonomy of plants, animals and microorganisms, especially how exactly we diverged from last unknown common ancestor Luca, and from there we diverged into the different categories like bacteria, then archaea, then the eukarya. How exactly the eukarya is more related to archaea than eukarya's relation to the bacteria, and bacteria's relation to the archaea is less linked than the relation of archaea with eukarya. This is something that we need to figure out, we need to find out. Levels of structural organization, unicellular, colonial and multicellular organism, levels of organization of tissues. Now, levels of organization of tissues, organ systems and comparative anatomy between different animals are very important. So if you compare the anatomy of heart between fish, reptiles, birds and mammals, this study is very important. Now, outline classification of plants. Now we have two things: classification of plants, classification of animals. Two things separately: classification of plants, animals, and microorganisms. Okay, so here you can read, like, just they just mentioned the outline of the classification of plants, not in details. Plants, animals, and microorganisms. Now here you can prepare microorganisms and animals if you are from the zoology background. If you're from botany background, then you can read plants and microorganisms. The important criteria used for classification: each taxon, classification of plants, animals, and microorganisms, evolutionary relationship among taxa. No, natural history of Indian subcontinent, major habitat types of the subcontinent, geographic origins and migration of species common, Indian mammals, birds, seasonality and phenology of the subcontinent. These things change with time. Year after year, the things are changing. Organisms of health and agricultural purpose, common parasites and pathogens of humans, domestic animals and crops. I'd not suggest you to read these things. I'll only suggest you to read this topic from the taxonomy. From taxonomy, read only the taxonomy, methods of taxonomy in plants and animals. And basically, the cladogram analysis is something that is out there. And they generally ask 2 questions in part C from cladogram analysis. 4 marks each, 8 marks you can easily get by just giving a preparation time of 2 to 3 hours from this topic, from the first paragraph. Second thing that they have is the level of structural organization and the classification of plants, animals and microorganisms. Here I'd suggest you to go with the animal classification up to the phylum level in the invertebrates, up to the class level in vertebrates. That's all you need to know, the different properties of those, and go with the microorganism, the classification. Remember, I told you from Luca to the bacteria, the archaea and eukarya, how exactly they are produced. The relationship, their similarities and dissimilarities are something that is important from this unit 9. Rest I would not suggest you to go deeper in unit 9 because not much of economic to study beyond these topics. So that concludes our understanding of this unit and the most important topic from this unit, the topics that are repeatedly asked from this unit. So this is what toppers do. The CSIR NET toppers, they don't read everything and each and everything from every single unit. No, they read only the repeated units, the most high yield topics from every unit of CSIR NET Life Science syllabus. And if you follow them, blindfoldedly follow this strategy, and you are going to get benefit. You are going to replicate the toppers strategy and you can reach to get a highest score to be the next topper. All the very best. And if you want to prepare this suggestively, we at Shomus Biology, we prepare everything on the basis of this heat map analysis. We provide heat map analysis, we provide the roadmap, we provide books, hard copy books. We take test series based on this idea. We take classes based on this idea. So if you want to join our online coaching program, the registration is going on, the admission is going on. Contact 9804654228. Visit our website www.shomusbiology.com. Remember, if you check it through our application, which is there in the App Store and Play Store, the price of the coaching will be higher. But if you check in the website, it will be low. If you directly contact us, it will be low. So I recommend you to go through the website to sign in for the coaching or directly contact us to sign in for the coaching. All the very best. Wish you the best in the upcoming session of the CSIR NET examination. Bye.